Hello students, welcome to part 1 of how to program the video game Circle Wars using Scratch 2.0. I've logged in and I've clicked on create and I'm ready to create a new project. In the top left hand corner, let's type in a file name and we'll call it Circle Wars. And we'll go to File, Save. Okay, let me read an introduction of this game. Move the blue circle around the screen using the mouse. Collect the pale green circles, but avoid the red ones that march toward you like a zombie army. The solid green and solid red circles drop clones of themselves as they roam around. Score more than 20 points to win, and go below minus 20 to lose. All right, are you ready to begin? Okay, so in the sprites list, let's click on the paintbrush. We're going to paint a new sprite. In the bottom right hand corner, okay, of our sprite editor, let's make sure that we're in bitmap mode. Then we're going to click on blue and let's click on the circle tool. In the bottom left hand corner, let's make sure that we're going to fill in the circle, the solid circle. Okay, when you draw the circle, I want you to hold the shift key. That way we get a perfect circle rather than an oval. And the size we're going for is about the size of the sprite in the sprites list here. So I'm just going to start drawing and I'm going to draw it about, I'm going to estimate the size of this sprite 1's head is about the size of that circle. Now you can adjust it once you've clicked and dragged and let go of your mouse. You can increase or decrease the size by grabbing on one of these control points and grab one of the corner points. Okay? All right, so let's set the center of this sprite. So in the top right-hand corner, we have the tool, Set Costume Center. So let's click on that tool, and then I want you to click perfectly in the center of that sprite, of that circle. Okay? And that should adjust the position of the sprite so it's totally in the center of this working area here. Okay. All right, so let's look at now the sprites list and let's change the name of the sprite. So in the top left-hand corner, let's click on the eye and let's rename this sprite as Player 1. Player 1. Well, how about we just call it Player? And then let's go back. And then what we want to do is we want to delete the cat sprite. So I'm going to click on the cat sprite and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose delete. Okay. All right, so let's go to file and let's go to save now. So now let's create the friends and the enemies. So we're going to right click on player and we're going to click on duplicate. And then we're going to right click on player again and we're going to duplicate. So now we have player, player 2, and player 3. Player 2 we're going to rename as friends. So let's click on player 2 sprite and in the top left hand corner click on the eye and let's rename this as friends and then let's go back and then let's click on player 3's sprite and in the top left hand corner let's click on the eye and then let's rename this as enemies, and let's click on the back button. Okay, let's click on the friends sprite in the sprites list and let's change its color. So I'm going to click on, friends are going to be green, so I want you to choose a nice shade of green and then I want you to click inside of the sprite and it should color it in green. Maybe I should click on the paint fill button, the fill with color, sorry. And then I'm going to click on the green I want to use and let's try that. Okay, so now it's filled in green. And again, you can choose the color of green that you like. Maybe I can choose a darker green here. There we go. Okay, so you can choose the lighter green or the darker green. And then let's do the same for the enemies. Let's click on the enemies sprite. And then I'm going to click on the fill with color. And the enemies are going to be red, so please choose a shade of red and then click inside the sprite here and then that should turn red. Okay? All right, let's go back to the player sprite. Now remember, the blue is the player. That's the object that we are going to control. So let's click on player. All right, let's click on the scripts tab here in the middle of the screen. Let's click on the scripts tab, and then let's click on the orange data blocks. We're going to make a new variable, and we're going to call it score. The variable name is going to be score. Make sure that this button is checked for all sprites, and then click OK. All right, so now that we've got some new data blocks, make sure that the check mark is checked beside score, and you should see a score counter appear on your screen. Now you can position that anywhere in one of the four corners. It's completely up to you. Okay, so let's add the following script, okay, to player. All right, so we want a script to have the player follow the mouse. So let's go to events. And let's start with this one, when the green flag is clicked. Then let's go to data, and we will set the score to 0. So whenever the game starts, the score will always be reset to 0. Let's go to the control blocks. Let's go to forever. Let's click that on the bottom here. And then we'll go to the motion blocks, and we'll look for point towards mouse pointer. Okay, sorry, not point towards, go towards. My apologies. Go towards, go to mouse pointer. Okay? So what this does is now it controls, you are in control of the blue player circle. So if I click on the green, flag, I want you to test that as you move your mouse around the screen, the blue player follows. Okay? All right, so this concludes part 1 of the video game project Circle Wars. Thanks for watching. Bye.